Okay, now we have exercise 2. And as you can see, the book is fairly simple to go through. You just take each exercise, do them all in order, do the study drills. Sometimes there's extra questions that are answered in the common student questions. Try to solve it, do the best you can, move on to the next one. It's self-paced. You go at your own speed and take your time. Think of it like chipping away at a mountain. Exercise 2, we introduced the concept of a comment character. So comment characters are used mostly by programmers to add little documentation snippets for other programmers later. The character used in comments is called a pound to Americans, but it's called something else pretty much all over the world. So to just be fair, I'm calling it an octothorpe, which is what it used to be called. And how you type it in is you just go like that. On my keyboard, that's Shift and the number 3. But if you're in other countries using a different keyboard layout, you may have to figure out what that does. I'm now going to take this code, just like I did in exercise 1, and type it all in. Again, I'm able to type this in way faster than you probably. Unless you're a professional touch typist who's typed this kind of thing in, it may be pretty painful for you or frustrating, but just keep doing it. Eventually you'll figure it out. If you want to really do this well, take a touch typing course or do some of the touch typing software that you can find. It really does help you. It helps a lot with just programming, typing, use a computer in general. All right, now I'm going to type all this code in. Watch me do it. Okay, all of that is typed in. And you'll notice that I was doing this, flipping back and forth to read the code. As this course progresses, you'll see me doing that more often, and you should get used to this. It's okay to start off with the code on the left and your file on the right, but eventually you want to get to where you flip back and forth, so that way you're putting more and more of the code in your memory, and it just helps you kind of like learn to hold code in your head instead of like having to read it directly. All right, now I'll save this and I'll run it just like I did in exercise 1. And you notice the comments look kind of a soft gray. Your editor might be different. It might be a different color, but the idea is that color helps you see that it's a comment. Now I'll run it. And we'll check and see if that looks the same as what you should see. And there we go. One key use of these comments is to comment out code. So sometimes you know a line is broken or not working or something. Comment it out real quick, see if it fixes things, then you know you can go back and fix that line, or if you just want to try some different stuff. As usual, go through the study drills. Also, try experimenting with the comment character in the exercise1.py. That's always a good thing to do. Apply what you know in later exercises and earlier ones. And I didn't mention this in exercise 1, but there are common student questions. These are things that other students have asked in the past, and I provide some short, quick answers to them. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're only slightly helpful because I don't want to give away the surprise for a later exercise. One last thing, sometimes you'll have a question in an exercise and it's answered in the very next exercise. So what you should get used to doing is keeping track of your questions in a notepad somewhere, and then seeing if the next exercise or the one after that answers your question. If not, then go ask online. Usually you can punch your question into a search engine and an answer will come out. All right, that's the end of exercise 2. See you at exercise 3.